Hey, let's look at the SET paper pattern and the important topics to study to crack SAT exam. So if you look at the paper pattern, there are 4 sections: quantitative ability, general English, analytical and logical reasoning, and general awareness. All the section has 16 questions except for analytical and logical reasoning, which has 12 questions. It can be seen from the marks that for every question you will get +1 mark. The paper is for 60 minutes. There is no sectional cutoff. There is no sectional time limit. There are no negative markings. So everything is in your favor, right? The cutoff, I would not say cutoff, the good score would be somewhere, 37 plus for a BBA program at SCMS Pune campus. For a Symbiosis Pune campus, it is 37 plus. The cutoff will keep on decreasing for the various courses at different campus. Now let's look at the sectional breakdown. What are the important topics to focus on for each section? If we talk about quantitative ability, generally it is heavily dominated by numbers and arithmetic and permutation combination probabilities. They will not ask you questions on functions and logarithm and inequalities. A difficult question, trigonometry and statistics, is generally not tested in SET entrance test. So topics such as percentages, simple interest, compound interest, profit and loss, ratio proportion, average and mixtures, time, speed, distance, time and work. Numbers will cover divisibility in HCF, LCM, linear and a quadratic equation, sequence series, that is progression, permutation, combination, probability, and a very easy part of geometry, that is, it's related only to the basic figures, not getting into the detailed properties of various figure. So this is about quantitative ability. If we move to general English, there is quite a few differences in terms of topics that you need to focus on vis-a-vis the other entrance exams. So they ask you reading comprehension, but actually it is not a reading comprehension, it's a poem that they give. It's not a comprehension, it's not a passage, it's a poem. Not a very big poem, 4 to 8, 10 line max, that's it. But I mean, as we all know, that it is difficult to comprehend the language which is used in a poem, right? And that makes slightly challenging. Then they have questions like fill in the blank, error detection, vocabulary, proverbs and idioms, and figures of speech. Again, figure of speech is something which is not very heavily tested in the major entrance exam. There are a couple of exams which test you on figure of speech, but not the major one. SET is one of the major exams which ask you questions on figure of speech. So yes, so if you talk about poem, then you have figure of speech, and in error detection there are questions on active, passive and direct, indirect voice. So these are the 4 question types which are different from the various major entrance exams. Then we move to logical reasoning. They test you on arrangement. So again, in logic, because there are only 12 questions, there won't be any set of 4 to 5 questions. The arrangement question will be 1 or 2 lines. There will be only 1 question based on arrangement. Coding, decoding, number series, direction, blurred relation, clocks and calendar, and the verbal reasoning, which is syllogism, cause effect, causes of action, statement, assumption, conclusion, and the argument. On the verbal reasoning part, out of 12 questions, you can have, there are some around sometimes 2 to 4 questions, max 4 questions. The other question will be from the analytical reasoning part. And talking about the general knowledge, in GK, I mean, it's open, like they ask you anything and everything which is available. So there is a split of current affairs and the static GK. Out of 16 questions, generally around 10 odd questions, 9 to 11 questions you can say will be a static GK, and the remaining question will be current affairs. So a heavy weightage is given to a static GK as compared to the current affairs. That's it. Thank you.